The sun was just beginning to rise over the small town of Riverville. Its rays illuminated the dew-covered fields and the quiet streets, signaling the start of a new day. In a modest house at the edge of town, a young woman named Emily was already awake. She sat at her small wooden desk, surrounded by books and papers, her eyes fixed on the task before her. Emily was a dreamer. Ever since she was a little girl, she had dreamed of becoming a doctor. She wanted to help people, to make a difference in the world. But life in Riverville was not easy. Her family was not wealthy, and the path to medical school seemed almost impossible. Yet, Emily had a fire within her that refused to be extinguished. First act: the challenge. Emily's days were filled with challenges. She worked multiple jobs to support her family and save money for her education. From sunrise to sunset, she juggled her responsibilities, rarely having a moment to rest. Her evenings were spent studying, her eyes straining under the dim light of her lamp. Her friends often invited her to join them for outings, but she always declined. "One day," she would say to herself, "one day all this will be worth it." Despite her determination, there were moments of doubt. The road ahead seemed endless, and the obstacles insurmountable. She watched as her friends moved on with their lives, some getting married, others starting their careers. There were times when she felt left behind, her dreams slipping further from her grasp. One particularly difficult night, Emily sat at her desk, tears streaming down her face. The weight of her responsibilities and the fear of failure overwhelmed her. She buried her face in her hands, her sobs echoing in the quiet room. Just then, her mother entered. She placed a gentle hand on Emily's shoulder and said, "Emily, I know it's hard. But remember why you started. Remember the difference you want to make. You have a strength within you that is greater than any challenge." Her mother's words resonated deeply. Emily took a deep breath and wiped her tears away. She knew she couldn't give up. She had to keep going, not just for herself, but for all the people she hoped to help one day. She straightened her back, picked up her pen, and continued studying. Months turned into years. Emily's hard work paid off, and she was accepted into medical school. It was a dream come true, but the challenges didn't end there. Medical school was demanding, and the workload was immense. There were times when she felt like she was drowning in a sea of information. But she remembered her mother's words and pressed on. One day, during her clinical rotation, Emily met a young boy named Jake. He was suffering from a rare illness, and his prognosis was grim. Despite his condition, Jake was full of life and hope. He reminded Emily of herself, a fighter, unwilling to give up. She spent countless hours researching his condition, determined to find a way to help him. Her perseverance paid off. Emily discovered a treatment that could potentially improve Jake's condition. With the support of her professors, she implemented the treatment, and Jake began to show signs of improvement. Watching him regain his strength, Emily felt a profound sense of fulfillment. She realized that this was what she had been working towards all these years, making a real difference in someone's life. Emily graduated from medical school with honors. She returned to Riverville, not as the young dreamer she once was, but as Dr. Emily, a beacon of hope and inspiration for her community. Her journey had been long and arduous, but it had shaped her into the person she was meant to be. She often visited Jake, who had become like a little brother to her. His recovery was a testament to her determination and unwavering spirit. Emily's story spread throughout Riverville, inspiring others to pursue their dreams, no matter how impossible they seemed. As she stood on the porch of her childhood home, watching the sun set over Riverville, Emily smiled. She had faced countless challenges, but she had emerged stronger, more resilient. Her journey was a powerful reminder that with perseverance, courage, and the support of loved ones, no dream was too big, and no obstacle too great. Emily's story teaches us that the road to success is rarely easy, but it is the challenges we overcome that define us. Each step, no matter how difficult, brings us closer to our dreams. And in the end, it is our unseen strength that carries us through.